Hey, Erzgat here, and it's time to talk about solo leveling. And this episode's absolute cinema that we have here, Jinwoo versus Baran, and I'm really liking what I did throughout the episode, not just the main fight that we had here, also building up the Jeju Island Arc with the ants, the preparations, everything. We're gonna go over those, and I have to say one thing. I haven't known Esil for long, in the anime at least, but she's so cute. If anybody does anything to her, I don't know what I'm gonna do. She needs to be protected. She was probably my favorite part in the episode. I know the fight was great, but she kind of stole the show a bit for me, and I'm really happy also how the thumbnail turned out. She had a perfect reaction. Just, I love characters like that. They need to be protected. But anyway, let's get into this episode and talk about it. We have it picking up straight from last week, Jinwoo versus this mysterious knight that was left over from the ones that attacked the Shadow Army, and it's revealed to be Esil, and I love her so much. She was so cute, she instantly surrendered her, begging for her life, doing anything and everything to survive. And the voice added so much character to her personality there, and she even tried that sneak attack after it failed. She went back to begging. I was laughing so much to that, but then she promises everything, the floor entry permits, she knows where they are. She's gonna help Jinwoo. She probably would have given anything at that point, but he actually tests her a bit, actually intimidates her, the aura. And I really like that scene. They're cute. They almost kissed, almost at some point there. But Jinwoo with the aura can really scare people here. But I like him throughout the episode protecting Esil, and we're gonna get to that. And even while this was happening, Jinwoo in the tower there, the demon castle, throughout the episode, and we see a bit what they were doing, eating people there, getting more and more daring farther inland there, so to say. But the focus, like I said, was the castle here, and Esil, Radiru, and I forgot about this. I just remembered the Jinwoo throughout the episode kept using the wrong name of her family, Radis. But on a serious point, Jinwoo, while talking to her, actually asks her a bit information about the system, everything that happened, why are you here, what's your primary directive, your command, and she starts glitching out and actually tries to answer, says protect our space. That's the only command they have, not kill humans like the others. And it's revealed that they were taken from the demon lord here, and they were there. She started glitching, preparing for a war, and starts glitching out even more, actually making her faint out, saying blocked information, you don't have access to this one. And Juno stops asking, realizes he's not gonna get any more information, it's just gonna put her in danger. Now, if you've read, of course, the manhwa, the source material, of course you knew what she was talking about. I'm not gonna go into spoilers with that, but I liked Jinwoo, how worried he was about her, even though he just met her there. And even more throughout the episode, the Hunter Association investigating the ants, coordinating with other countries, preparing there. We even see a bit towards the end of the episode, and actually let's go into that first, and then we're gonna focus on the fight a bit here with the introduction of Goto, Ryujui, and meanwhile even Chahain and Choi preparing for this. And I like how Choi just said, doesn't matter who, they just need to die, referring to the ants. But Goto is gonna be a interesting character when we find out more about him and the Guildmaster of the Draw Sword from Japan, and coordinating with Korea here with the hunters. And I like how he offered to use S-rank hunters for them to be bait, and the Korean hunters for them to go after the queen. And I'm not gonna go into spoilers with that. Jeju Island Arc is gonna be so fun, and here getting a bit more of the bigger world, other countries, other hunters gonna be involved into that, and this is just the start here. But beyond that, the entirety of the episode was very much so focused on this demon castle, and Jinwoo with Esil climbing through the towers there, and I like how Task, or my bad Task, Kiba was carrying her. She was so cute. And when Esil took Jinwoo to her father there, I felt that guy. That guy was probably having a panic attack, talking to someone. Hey, don't you realize who we brought here? Dude was sweating bricks. He was able to see the shadows from Jinwoo. The army is actually hidden in the shadow. Remember that he just doesn't really summon them out of thin air. They're always present with him. But the father was awesome there, and he gets the permit. Jinwoo one of the permits, and she says, I'm gonna need one more thing. I'm gonna borrow your daughter. Wait, what? Poor guy. He just wants Esil as a guide there and release the shipping. I'm really curious how many people are gonna ship Jinwoo with Esil. But no, Esil is mine. Esil is mine. But here, promises to take care of her. She's just gonna be the guide. Here, they start slowly going through the levels, getting the permits here. Igris and Tank leveling up, even Jinwoo a bit there. And I like how Esil was, hey, the other past 90 are gonna be nobles. She just wanted to negotiate with them. Jinwoo just said, would you negotiate with somebody weaker than you? Yeah, that's a good that's a good point. Continuing to call her family Radis instead of Radiru, but promising they're gonna be the first one, the ones in charge after he leaves there and saying, I spared you because I liked you. And I like how Esil quickly grew attached to him, and he protects her and thanks her, and she wanted to follow him despite him telling her to go back there. Just small character moments giving some life to some of the side characters. This was really fun, and Esil one of the cutest characters in the entire series here. But after all of the farming they did with the floors, they finally made it to 100th, the top here, and we have the entrance from Baran with a dragon there. Really reminded me a bit of Monster Hunter, if I'm being honest there. And I forgot to mention last episodes also that Task or Kiba, I keep calling him Task, is stuck in my head. Kiba really reminds me of Gul'dan from Warcraft, and he even has the skull of Gul'dan, the Orb of Avarice there. But here in this episode, Baran reminded me of Monster Hunter there. If you guys ever played Monster Hunter, you know which monster I'm talking about. I'm not gonna spoil that also. And reveal him being the demon monarch, and damn, he looks really cool. Like, I'm gonna say it here, the animation, the art style, the impact frames, the sound, the voice acting, they did such an amazing job. And again, thank you to the staff. This is what it means to get a proper adaptation here, very much so. But the fight here on is gonna be full blown action, to say the least. And we have army versus army. Baran is able to summon his demons. Jinwoo summons the shadow army, and we kind of have alliance versus horde in a way, clashing together. There was really cool. It wasn't just a simple duel. You had like two generals using their armies and them dueling themselves. A nod to watch Kingdom. If you haven't watched, make sure you check out Kingdom. But Esil having a bit some doubts which side to choose, either support Jinwoo or support Baran, since he's the demon monarch there. But Baran does the mistake of unleashing a wide AoE attack there with the lightning, and he was pretty much in control majority of the fight. Baran was actually overpowering Jinwoo, but thanks to that attack, he almost hits Esil. But thankfully, Jinwoo is there to protect her, and that was such a fun and cute moment between them, just showing a lot of character for Jinwoo, and this kind of solidified Esil's decision, and I like that. But then the fight, we have Jinwoo with Kiba and Igris are able to take down the dragon, finally bringing down Baran. The clashes of beam, the action, the effects, everything that was happening, the fight was just non-stop action here. But like I said, Baran was stronger in this case than Jinwoo. Almost cuts him, actually grabs him there. Jinwoo fights back, stabbing his hand there with the shadows, everything here. But Baran then goes into dagger mode, the clashing, the ranges, the action non-stop, and it looked so good, especially the sound effects. Sound effects do so much for a fight here, but Jinwoo was about to lose this, actually gets overpowered here, about to get a big mouth blast of lightning in his face. But here the key was all along taking care of your side characters, and Esil comes in clutch, throwing her lance, spear, whatever you wanna call it, distracting Baran, giving Jinwoo the opening, and chef's kiss, absolute cinema. That punch, I always love punches like that when they put emphasis on an attack. Kaiju also does this quite a lot of series, when you have that amazing punch, and we had this also back in season 1, that impact frames here, and Jinwoo obliterates Baran, just ripping its hands, the punch under the chin, the uppercut, just exploding brain, everything, and he wins. Thanks to Esil also. If she wasn't there, he probably would have lost and died solo. Baran would have overpowered him. So that's why Esil is best girl, and she's the MVP here in this episode. And Jinwoo wins, defeating the demon monarch. Here Esil was really happy, and after this we're into the next arc, which is gonna be really interesting. But now he finally conquered the demon's castle, and with the elixir, everything that's going to happen with that. But yeah, such an amazing non-stop action episode, and I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments below what you guys thought about the episode. What was your favorite moment? What do you think about Esil? Maybe I talked too much about Esil. I definitely feel like she stole the show for me. While the action was great, I really like characters a lot, and Jinwoo aura farming non-stop. But one of the main goals has been cleared, so to say, right now, with him finally being able to get this raid dungeon finally conquered since the beginning, since the system took over for him. But yeah, fun episode here, can't wait for next weekend. Remember, we're gonna have the big finale when Jeju Island Arc finally starts, and I said I really like the build-up they did here. Even last episode, this episode, even more introducing some of the other characters, showing the preparation for that, showing the ants going a bit more on the offensive, and yeah, fun episode. Let me know what you guys thought about it. Remember to like and subscribe, helps me quite a lot, and you guys get the latest videos on the series that I follow. So keep enjoying solo leveling. I'm gonna see you on the next one, and Esil needs to be protected. Bye bye.